Robert,
Yep.
what are we doing here? Tell us why we're here skydiving today on August 4th.
So I am skydiving today. I thought of to raise money for Challenge the Athletes Foundation. Independent living is where I'm on the board of directors. And my dad had passed away 2014, August 4th. So I am here now, August 4th, to skydive. And I got all the weather is good. The conditions are great. When I first got here, I was at 275, and you have to be 250 to skydive. And along the route, I had to lose weight, so I have a personal trainer I was working with, and I got my weight down to 225. So now I'm half the person I used to be, and I'm here to skydive for raising money for CAF. I'm raising $100,000 for them and looking for support. And my dad was a World War II veteran, and he wanted on his bucket list, at 90, he wanted to skydive, jump out of a plane, and Alzheimer's took him, so I took it upon myself to say, yeah, I'll skydive and take it on myself.
So he was a skydiver also?
He was a mechanic of the airplanes, and he was on the B-17 bomber. He was a gunner. He was in Squadron K and was over and stationed in Italy during World War II. And they did runs over in Germany with the big B-17. He was the middle gunner. They had two guns in the middle, and then they had a tail gunner, and then they had the front of the plane. Big, huge air fortress, they called it. And they had just a 2x4 they would walk up and down on the plane. And they had the guns were side by side, and they had two turrets on either, open doors on either side, and you had to be really super thin because they have to slide the guns side by side. So these 18-year-olds are running up and down this 2x4, and just the guns are side by side. So that's where he was, in the middle gunner.
Awesome. And you talked a bit about your weight loss. Can you talk about how your life has improved?
My life, I was type 2 diabetic for 17 years of my life. During my weight loss, when I was doing the skydive, when they told me I had to get to 250, I was like, told my coach, I gotta lose weight. He's like, you sure you can do it? I was like, 52 diabetic, not completely sure. So I went and I asked Dana, we were coming back from one of the ball games in Rochester, New York, and I says, I gotta lose weight to do the skydive. I really need to go out and raise money, and I want to raise awareness. So along the way, I lost insulin, I lost blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medicine, got my weight down to 225, better player, younger, feel better, and just in general health, it's just fantastic.
That's amazing. So you talked about being a better player, and you're wearing a uniform. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I am a Boston Renegade. I am with the blind baseball team. We played the sport blindfolded. The sport is played with a 16 enhanced softball with a beep mechanism in the ball. The bases are 4 feet tall and sound. And once the pitcher and catcher are sighted, they're on our team. They want us to put the ball in the play. They say ready, set, pitch. Mine is the eye in pitch. That's my bat speed. Once I hear the eye, I put the ball in the play. And then the bases are 100 feet out, 12 inches from the foul line. Now, normal baseball, you run to first base. Not in beep ball. It could be third base sounding. Once we put the ball in the play, we listen for the base, third base. We run for that baseline. If we hit the base, it's a run, but there's two spotters in the field. One on the weak side, the right side, one on the strong side, the left side. And one number is called. That person has to find the ball. If they find it before we make a base, it's an out. If we make the base, it's a run. That's how it's scored. There's 6 innings in beep ball and 4 strikeouts.
That's great. And you said you're raising money for the Challenged Athletes Foundation?
Yes.
Why is it important to raise money for them?
They pay for my going to and from my World Series. They pay for traveling, airfare. They pay for hotels. They pay for me to go to all my events. Challenged Athletes Foundation makes accessible sports equipment. People that need prosthetics during the Boston Marathon bombing, the people that lost limbs, they made the limbs prosthetics for them to go back and run the marathon. They also help with wheelchair tennis, wheelchair basketball, accessible for snowboarding and surfing. So they make accessible equipment as well.
Cool. So
I have
yeah,
a
go ahead,
question. How are you feeling internally right now about to jump out of a plane?
I just worried about the crowd. I was worried more about there was going to be more people because they were only allowed 20 people because it's a small airport.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to have 1,000 people down when I come down off the ground. Skydiving that's the fun part. I'm looking forward to it. A lot of people are like, skydiving? I would never jump out of a perfectly good airplane. I had a
Yeah.
Navy buddy turn around and goes, you know, you got to pay. If you don't jump, you still pay to turn around and skydive. And I says, you chicken out, you still have to pay. He goes, it's not chickening out. It's coming to your senses. Jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
I think it'll be fun. But you're not nervous at all? No nerves? No.
No,
Oh.
no.
I will tell you, the plane is tiny.
Yeah. I saw that. I got to go up and feel the plane, and I didn't break it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. And I can't pay for the thing, so I put it on independent living to pay for the airplane just in case I break it.
We've got it. Yeah.
Okay, you
got
got
you
this?
covered. Yes.
Awesome, yeah. So if I damage it anyway, coming out the door and everything, you know, you guys
It's
got
on
me to
us.
pay
It's
for
a
the plane.
gift.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It'll be a nice planter outside your office.
I agree, actually.
You know, because it's small enough, it'll fit in the front part of your
Yeah.
lawn.
It would make nice decor. Absolutely.
But no, I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
Yeah.
So Robert, as a person with a sighted disability, when you tell people you're jumping out of an airplane, do you ever get any funny, strange reactions?
Pretty much. They're like, I was coming back from Beaumont, Texas for our World Series, and I was telling the two flight attendants that I'm skydiving. You're an adrenaline jockey. I said, pretty much. I resemble that remark. So, yeah. But no, they just said, most of them were like, they would never jump out of a plane. They were like, you're sure your guy's healthy? If anything happens, weren't you going to go bungee jumping before you jump out of a plane? I'm like, no, I'm good. So that's the reaction I got. Just a lot of people would never do it. So it's fun, and it's going to be, you know, something to get more attention to my sport is what I want to do.
Yeah. I have one last question. So once you're done skydiving, what's going to be your next item on your bucket list?
I got 3 actually. I want to jump in. Next is I want to go to Maine. There is a person there in Maine that helps the blind drive around a racetrack. It's a race car because my doctor said I was never play sports and never drive. So driving is the next thing.
Yeah.
That is definitely one of the other things. And the other one is pet a shark. I
Okay,
definitely want to go and pet a shark. I love sharks. When I was a kid, I was always at the aquarium,
Yeah.
and we got there, and my thing is I wanted to go to the gift shop and buy a shark jaw. That was my goal. We get there, I met Willie Whistle. I know I'm aging myself. I met Willie Whistle, and we go into the aquarium, and they have over there they got talking about penguins. Not really interested in penguins. Penguins are boring. They're a bird. They swim. They got tuxedos on. It's okay. So I turned and I went over and left the group. Now, being a kid, you're not supposed to do that. But I left the group, and there was a stairwell, a doorway and a stairwell. I went up the stairs. This guy's in the tank. He's in a scuba diving outfit, and he's hand feeding the sharks. That was fantastic. So I'm there. All of a sudden, there was a code red. There was a kid missing. Hopefully, they find him. But apparently, it was me. I knew where I was. I was watching the guy hand feed the sharks. And when he was hand feeding the sharks, they come up and got me, and they were like, "Hey, what are you doing? Get on the bus." I said, "Okay." So I got on the bus. I was by myself. I got to eat my lunch by myself, and then I talked to the teacher. I says, "You know, I wanted to go to the gift shop to see if they had a shark jaw." "Oh, let me take you." Okay. So I got off my lunch by myself, didn't have to share. Got off the bus, went down to the gift shop. I said, "I'm looking for a shark jaw." "Oh, yeah, we got one. Let's see." And they got me a shark jaw. I still have it in my fish aquarium tank till today.
Wow.
So, and I have a great white shark's tooth, and I get a shark jaw.
Jeez, wow. That's crazy. I think they are going to get you equipped up now.
There you go.
Yep.
But
Time
thank you
has
for letting us
come.
ask you questions. It seems like you like all things dangerous. So,
No.
sharks, skydiving, race cars. Yeah.
Good luck.
Blind baseball, roller skated, and jumped ramps as a kid.
Welcome to Independent Associates. We're an independent living center that promotes the rights of people with disabilities to live independently in the community. This is a tour of what our office looks like, and over here is our waiting area. Down this way, you'll find a hallway that leads to our meeting room where we discuss ways that we can help our consumers. Over here is our nicely decorated offices where we work hard to provide the best services that we can, including our supervisor. Say hi! Here is some of our wonderful employees, and then over this way leads to one of my favorite places, our kitchen, where we microwave some of our favorite meals. And then this last room here is where we host our event nights, where our consumers are free to join in and have some fun. Thank you so much for this video, and I hope you enjoyed this tour.
Oh my gosh, they're coming in. That's awesome. Oh wait, don't go into the trees. No. Oh my goodness, they come down fast.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh my god.
All right, my friend Bob.
Yep.
Right in front of you.
So now I'm a blind skydiver, and that was awesome. Oh man, nothing. That was a rush. I mean, I've never felt anything like that. That was an experience I'll always remember. Thank you so much.
That was my pleasure.
It's great. Oh,
Yes.
yep, accomplished it. Lost the weight. Got to skydive. Woo, I recommend it highly to anybody that wants to jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
All right. So, high five.
All right.
Thanks for jumping with us. Yoo-hoo.
Awesome.
Yay!
Awesome. Yeah, I needed them up there. And now I want my coffee. Yeah, they went well. They went good. The only thing I forgot was my gum up there. So my ears are a little numb, but other than that, it was great. That was awesome. That was a fantastic trip.
It was beautiful coming down.
How did I look? Was I good on camera?
Yeah.
All right.
That's
the important thing.
You took a nice ride. You didn't come straight down. You were like,
No, we went in
Yeah.
circles.
Beautiful.
I was in
Beautiful.
control of the thing, so
Really?
he turned it over to me.
Really? That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah. So he didn't sign the waiver to make sure he was safe when I was in control. But they didn't say anything about that. I didn't break the airplane as far as they know. Okay.
And all the cameras are to your right.
Okay.
There you go.
Fabulous.
Right foot.
Left foot.
There,
Sorry?
There you go.
Okay. I'm free.
You're free.
Freedom.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, bud. Thank you, sir.
It was my pleasure.
Awesome.
That was like fun.
Thank you.
High five.
This way. Okay. Head me to the coach.
That direction.
What direction? I thought it was head that way.
You're in the correct direction.
All right. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
How was the landing?
The landing was great. I wasn't expecting. I couldn't see the ground, so it came up a lot quicker than I thought. And the sneaky thing about the ground, it didn't say anything. It would say, "I'm here."
Did he tell you the ground was coming up?
Yeah. That's why I lift the legs and
Yeah,
make sure that
Make sure that you
you have the legs up, and then you're sliding in
Yeah,
to
'cause
home.
you don't want to catch your foot when you come. Because you
Right.
guys
That's
came
why I
in-
got the flat foot on
Oh,
the
good.
sneakers.
You guys came in pretty quickly, you know. I mean, I've heard of that sometimes you can get hurt that way, but you did a beautiful job. You just kind of
Thanks.
slid right in there.
No, I slid into home. I'm a
Yeah.
baseball player, so
Yeah.
we're used to sliding around everywhere.
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah.
did. You did a great job.
Thanks.
Really
Yeah,
did.
first time. This was the.
That's incredible. I couldn't believe when you were coming down that.
I was calm and cool and collect. Yeah, I didn't know either. But I was more afraid of. I had dreams that there was going to be too many people here, and I had to explain. Well, there's 1,000 people because I'm in so many organizations. That was more I was afraid of. I wasn't afraid of this guy. I was looking forward to it. A lot of everybody I was talking to was like, "Are you sure you're going to skydive? Wouldn't you rather bungee? Wouldn't you rather
Yeah.
do something else?"
Yeah.
No, I'm going to skydive.
Yeah.
So I got to do it.
You did a great
Ah,
job.
it's awesome.
You really did. We were all praying for you. So I
Oh,
think
thanks,
that
thanks.
helped you out.
Oh yeah. Vitamins, the prayers, the diet. I had a diet through December to get here.
Really?
So that was the toughest thing.
Wow.
I was 274. You got to be 250 to skydive.
Wow.
Dropped it down to 225.
Yeah, you look slim.
Yeah, I feel better. I feel younger.
Good.
Lost insulin and blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medicine on their way.
That's great.
So yeah.
Good
So
job.
I'm younger. I'm helping the younger people, and I want to put the 18-year-olds out with my baseball. That's my goal.
So you said you weren't nervous before you went up. How was it when you were actually jumping out of the plane door?
When I was jumping out of the plane door, it was just a lot of breeze, and I didn't want to hit my legs on the landing gear.
Yeah.
That's what I was more worried about, just banging my legs. I got to play ball, next
Yeah.
season. I didn't want to hurt myself. So as soon as I was clear and I was in the sky and I'm just free falling, that was awesome. The scariest part is when he gave me the control of the parachute and we're turning.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, oh, this is nothing to hold on to. You're just up there free falling and you're just like, whoa, and your body is just total zone. It's like there's nothing holding you up, nothing to grab onto. It's like, this is cool. This is awesome. So it's just like, just let yourself go.
Would you do it again?
Yes. I'm that crazy, yes. No hesitation, you notice that. So, yeah.
So you're excited to be pushed out of a plane again?
Yeah. I don't mind getting pushed around. And it's for a good cause, so yeah. So I'm just waiting to see what happens with all the excess, and everybody wants to donate, So we got our sites out there, and
Where can we donate to? Do you know the exact link so we can play the video?
Don't point at me. The one who's doing it is the camera in front of you.
Ryan.
Yeah, I sent out the brochure with a little GoFundMe link on it if anybody would like to contribute.
I'm just gonna plug it in the video.
Awesome.
We'll add it to the bottom.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Yeah, and I want all this to go to the Boston Renegades too, so we can set them up so they can all see that I am the crazy guy on the team like they think I am. Now it's just confirmation. That's what I did now with your camera's help.
Awesome.
Now they know it's official that I'm crazy. If I had $1 million though, I'd be eccentric, but if you've got a basic income, you're crazy.
Yeah.
But it just depends on how much money you bring.
Alright, should we get you out into the shade? I feel like was it
Awesome.
hot up there?
No, it's actually cooler up in the sky than it is when you land. When you're down here, it's hotter.
Yeah.
So when you're up in the sky, it's a
I'm sure
lot
it's
cooler
breezy.
and more breezy. Yes. Yeah. Yep. We got to see all the skylines, and he's got the GoCam and the camera too. So
Oh, the
we have-
GoPro?
yeah, got
awesome.
the
That'll be
him
good.
and Kim and the GoPros on him.
Awesome.
So, thank you for
All
helping
right.
me lose all the weight. She got me to where I am. So
Are you the personal trainer?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah, I had the Dexcom G6 on my arm, but when I lost the insulin, I didn't get the insurance to pay for the Dexcom. But we were on the same phone, the same link, so she could see all my sugars and all the readings and everything else. So she noticed everything I was doing, so we were on the same page of losing the weight and everything. So I did the motivation to lose the weight, diet, exercise, and then I went to Dairy Queen and I had a slushie and it went up to 200. She's like, "What are you doing?" I says, "What?" She goes, "I've read the 200. I says, "Oh, I'm at Dairy Queen. I had a slushie." So anything I was doing, she was there. She noticed anything I was doing in the spikes. Yeah, so it was great.
That's
we worked
awesome.
as a team, and we worked at Rocky Marciano Stadium. We got to run around the track. I didn't get pictures, unfortunately, but we did Arlington. We were walking up and down the hills of Arlington, and she says, "Why didn't you dance?" Because we were conditioning, because I was in Beaumont, Texas for our World Series. So we were conditioning for a beep ball, as well as conditioning for the skydive to lose the weight, and lost the medicine. And when I went to the endocrinologist, I had her on the phone with me, and my A1C came back 5.8.
Wow.
It was 11 and then dropped to 5.8 with her.
Hi, Ryan. I assume that you're the supervisor of Dario. Just wanted to say how helpful he was, and I couldn't have done it without him. How professional he was too, and how thankful I am for you guys and a person like Dario. He's a real asset. I hope that you guys are there for other people like me that need help like that, and if I ever need anything in the future similar to something like that, you'd be there for me. But I just wanted to say he did a great job, and I really am really thankful. So I just wanted to tell you that he got 5 stars from me for everything he did. He was there early every time. He filled out stuff for me, and he went the extra mile. I appreciate it. Thank you.